y'all, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be another girls talk video, and today you guys we are going to be talking about virginity, whether to keep it, whether to give it up, how do you know when you found the right person worthy, and all those types of things. Just a disclaimer, I am no longer a virgin, so I'm going to kind of be talking about that from that perspective. This is also going to be kind of from a perspective of a God-fearing woman. I am Christian. I know that doesn't add up with being a Christian and not being a virgin and all that kind of thing. But just enlighten me and go with me on this journey, on this conversation. So let's jump into the video. So I can just kind of, you guys know I love story time, so just kind of share my story and looking back on it now, and if I would have done anything different, what I wish I would have known, if anything, and those types of things. So I lost my virginity when I was 21. I am now 23. I was in a relationship. The person that I was with, we were together for 2 years before, well, like a year and a half. Well, no, it was 2 years. No, yeah, we were together 2 years before became sexually active. And I will say that I made that decision on my own. I didn't feel pressured by my peers. I did not feel pressured by my significant other at the time. It was just something that I felt that I was ready for. Now, as a God-fearing woman, I would have liked to wait. I would have liked to have waited until my wedding night, but earthly temptations got the best of me and continue to. And I think just if you are wanting to wait until your wedding night to lose your virginity, or if you're going through a rebirth of celibacy, I highly encourage you not to tempt yourself in any way, because once you let that type of commitment and connection into your life and into your relationship, it is very, very difficult. It can be very difficult to kind of not do it and not engage in it and not entertain sexual activity. I think it's a lot harder when you're in a relationship and you're making that shift to celibacy, because it's a shift in the routine of your relationship. And I'm not saying that it's not possible, I'm just saying that it is very difficult. So yes, I lost my virginity to my partner, and you know what, I'm not gonna say lost, I'm gonna say give or gave, because I think that, you know, it takes two, and I know the vocabulary may be sensitive if there's anyone watching who may have been like a rape victim or anything like that, but I'm going to start saying I gave my virginity, because that's what it was. It wasn't taken from me. So yeah, so I gave my virginity to that partner. Later on down the line, we ended up breaking up and going our separate ways. And now I have a new partner, and I'm in a new relationship, and I am sexually active with that partner. Now, both of us are God-fearing people, and we've talked many a times on being celibate and kind of taking that journey with God as a collective, because we want our relationship to be blessed by God. So we want to do something that honors God, and that glorifies Him. So that is something that, you know, we are discussing together and really just trying to figure out the best way to go about that. Because when you're in a relationship with someone, like when you introduce sexual activity, one of three things are going to happen. You're going to become highly connected to that person, to the sexual activity, or both. And if you are coming from a spiritual perspective, it can be hard to kind of to separate that and to be disciplined in mind, body, and spirit. So that's just kind of my story, you guys, on my virginity and giving it and those types of things. I don't regret it. I do think, looking back on it, I do think that I could have waited, because now that I have found someone who I want to spend the rest of my life with, I would have wanted to give it to that person instead. But also at the time that I gave my virginity, I thought that was who I was going to spend the rest of my life with. So you never really know. I don't regret it because it taught me a lot and I grew. And I think what I appreciate most about losing my virginity is that it was a decision that I made for myself. It wasn't something that I was pressured into. I was in a committed relationship and I was just able to make that decision for myself and for my body, on my own, and to really kind of step into that mindset, into that focus and say, like, do I think that this person is worthy of this? And at the time, I did. So I will say, if you are wanting to wait until marriage for religious or spiritual reasons, be disciplined and do not introduce any temptation into your life, because once you do, it is very, very hard to kind of get back on that spiritual track of just waiting or celibacy and things like that. It's very, very difficult. I'm kind of internalizing it a little bit. And if you decide that there is someone that you do want to give your virginity to, that you do feel is worthy of that, just make sure that you really look internally, like as a man or a woman or however you identify, and make sure that you're doing it for you. And yeah, you guys, I think that's it. Just have a clear head. I think giving that part of yourself to someone is very emotional. It's a very connecting time, and you just don't want to give it away. And that's something that's special, and you want to make sure that you're doing it for you, even if you never see that person again, or if you end on bad terms. You don't want to say, oh, I regret giving it to them because I didn't want to. You want to say, no matter what happened afterwards, that you made that decision for you. I think whether or not you look at it from a religious or spiritual perspective, that is the most important. And the partner that I had, like, we don't speak anymore, but I don't regret anything, because I was an adult. I was a grown woman when I made that decision, and I made it for me and for myself, and because it was something that I wanted at the time. And now I can look back on it and say that it was a life lesson, and that I learned from it, and that I appreciate it for what it was. And I just take that lesson with me and that experience with me in the future, and I can just grow from it and be a better person from it. So that is all, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, engage me in the comments below. Let me know what girl talk you want to see next, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.